Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. I am your host with the most, Natan Verhofsky. You are at the Frequency of Abundance. Congratulations. Thank you for finding us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for popping in on an incredible season 5. This is week 3. We are wrapping up season 5. First week was foundations. Second week was building up and making sure that you completely cemented and solidified yourself. This on the third week, this is ascend. Next level expansion and impact. So we level up. This week is all about rising into your purpose, into your power, into your potential, without burnout, without hustle or misalignment. When we tune in daily, we explore the energetic updates that we can expand and fuel that expansion in all ways, always. And we want to do that with ease. How do we do that? A little Greek mountain tea helps. And pop it in the chat if you've never tried. And if you have just heard about Greek mountain tea for the first time, let me know. I've been in love with it for years. My wife turned me on to it. Now, if we don't know where we are, hold on. I will put in some contact information right here. Boop, doop, doop, boop. There you go. And I'll put it even in the chat. Voila. So, as I'm chit-chatting with you, if there's anything that you want to pop into, take a look at, or go, oh, that's what he's talking about, clickety link in the chat on the ticker tape. This week, we're looking at Motivational Monday. Scaling your energy for bigger impact. Growth without burnout. That's today. Tomorrow, Transformational Tuesday is going to be leading with magnetic energy and becoming irresistibly influential. Winning Wednesday, energy and creativity, unlocking innovative potential. Thriving Thursday, we're looking at Thriving Thursday is energy resilience, thriving through challenges and change. Friday, we're looking at Fearless Friday, collective energy and conscious collaboration. This is the power of community frequency. Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. On the weekends, do what you need to get done. So when you have a mid-weekend break, that's at 3 in the afternoon Eastern, Saturday and Sunday. So this week, as we wrap up season 5, week 3, and finish off the season, you're looking at Successful Saturdays, legacy level entry of energy. Legacy level energy, and it's living with purpose and long-term impact. Legacy. And then we finish season 5 with Soaring Sunday, integrating energy mastery, sustaining your ascension daily. It's a heck of a week. Yesterday, we were blessed enough to have my friend the Lama Tantrapa with us. We interviewed talking about world resilience. And he is the master of that on a personal level as well as on a professional level. And so he's got the Resilience Center over in Denmark. I'm blessed enough to be one of, I believe it's 24 speakers and about 10,000 virtual attendees that are coming in to listen to global resilience talks, including mine. And it's coming up. I'll put the link. It's all in the chat and stuff. So if you want to pop in, it's complimentary. Everything we do is complimentary because that's how we believe the tide can rise all boats. So if you are here and you know that you can always ask questions, you know that you can always pop in, you can always give a thumbs up, a like, help us feed the algorithm. It's so thirsty. It's so hungry. And this is what I was talking about. Join us at that World Resilience Summit. So you'll see the link there. Pop in. Know that it's going to be next level because it's on a next level where we're trying to rise up the entire world. And we'd love you to be a part of that. Now, in today's show, I want to get the party started. So I want you to know we're looking at scaling your energy for bigger impact, growth without burnout. What's the point of success if you're too exhausted to savor it? The key theme is that achieving massive impact without sacrificing yourself is very possible. You do have to be very clear in your mission, though. And that was something that we spoke about, that you need to coherently coordinate and organize your thoughts into a direction. Now you have a vision. If you take your vision and you flex it and you share it with others, now you have a mission. If they join your mission, now you have a movement. If you have a movement and it becomes a big deal, now you have a cause. And other people want to join your cause. So there's a huge point to clarifying your mission. If you want to move from hustle culture to high frequency leadership, it is an energetic shift. And it's wonderfully easier than you think, let me tell you. Most of these inner shifts are snap of a finger, click of a button, blink of an eye. Not just do they happen quickly, they happen effortlessly. You're like, you know how nature abhors a vacuum? So imagine, bad habit, shunk. Uh-oh, now what? It's just going to be left alone, empty? No. So of course, shunk, another habit comes in. It could be better, it could be worse, it could be the same. There's no preference. So this is a permeable membrane. Not a semi-permeable, not a selectively permeable, just a permeable. It doesn't know or care. It doesn't judge. So there's no bias. There's no prejudice, whether it's good or bad. It just lets everything in and lets everything out. That's you. You have to be careful and pick what you let in. You have to be careful and pick what you let out. You have to be conscious and aware of what replaced what. And if it's not of your choosing, now you roll up your sleeves and you go in and you weed your own garden and you tend to that. Because if you don't tend to it, the weeds keep on coming back. Now, in today's episode, I wanted to get into that high frequency leadership. So, round one, let's look at recognizing your energy capacity. Energy is your most precious resource. You have to decide how you manage it because that dictates your impact. Burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's an alarm bell. A lot of us know high achievers. They often mistake exhaustion for progress. Oh man, if I didn't do that 3-day hackathon, I never would have made this magical program. I'm like, or you just would have taken a week instead of 3 nights without sleeping. High achievers mistake exhaustion for progress. A lot of people use burnout as a badge of honor. No, going to rehab, burning out, needing a staycation or a vacation to get yourself back, it means you were really out of alignment. So look at an energy audit for yourself. Great actionable exercise. You take 2 minutes and you quickly rate yourself right now. Where are you on from 1 to 10 in your current level of energy? 4 areas. Physical. Give me the body. Give me that body energy. 1 to 10. Current energy. Not what you want. Not what you wish. Now. Right now. 2, emotional. Give me the feelings and the mood. Rate it, 1 to 10. Whatever pops up, that's it. 3, mental. Show me the clarity and focus. Rate it right now. And lastly, spiritual. Show me alignment, purpose. I want you to notice the weakest area. I want you to take a commitment to prioritizing recovery and renewal in that area first. So if everything else was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, perfect. Oh, spiritual's at a 4. Ding, ding, ding. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Focus. Prioritize recovery and renewal there first. That might mean you need to go take a spiritual retreat. Might mean you need to meditate. You need to, if you pray. You may need to do something to reconnect you above your body, the physical, above your mind, the mental, above your feelings, the emotional. There's not a lot left unless you want to get spiritual. That's why I invite you to take a look at that. If that's your weakest area, push forward. Now, let's look at the art of strategic yes and conscious no. And I think this is going to be fun because if you don't know how to say no and not feel guilty, you're going to have a tough time. You really, really will. And it's not low-level people who've never learned the skill. Oh, there's some very high-level, very high-functioning people who, don't have, let's say, perfect social graces or skills. That's okay. It's different when you're a high creative, if you're on the spectrum. There's a lot of different nuances that nowadays people are a lot more aware of. People are a lot more accepting of. People are a lot more understanding. And knowing that everybody's got their strengths and everyone's got their not so goods, okay. And that's where we focus on what we want to focus, including that. So if you're struggling with something and you're wondering why all the energy talk that I'm talking about may not fully resonate, well, okay, two things. One, you may be at the level where you need to hear this to break free and grow out of your shell, just like any crab has to do, and it sheds its shell and it comes out bigger and better. If that's the case, you need to go to a place that gives you that space and freedom and time and energy and guidance to reflect upon it until that change happens. Or two, the other way would be, you already know. You already are super wicked awesome sauce. You just might need a reminder. And sometimes it's as big a deal as learning it in the first place. Either way, I'll take a minute and I want to invite you to come to Personal Momentum. It's a mastermind retreat. Selective, invitation only, about a handful of us. And we're going to go through mental, physical, and emotional exercises that I learned from Olympians, national sports teams, Cirque du Soleil acrobats that I've been working with for about 30 years as an elite energy coach. In that capacity, I've had about 15,000 people come through my hands, wrote a couple best-selling books, and then came online right at the start of the pandemic. And the fun of that, let me tell you, that's another story. But for this, I created a space just for those that are already good and wanted to get great, just for those at 9 out of 10 and personally and professionally wanted to know what 9.1, 9.2 looks like. So take a minute. I'll give you your personal invitation to come join us.
Meet Natan Verkovsky, Elite Energy Coach, helping top performers break limits, activate their energy, and achieve unstoppable momentum. Welcome to the Personal Momentum Retreat, an exclusive experience designed for executives, entrepreneurs, and visionaries who demand more from life. Every month, top performers gather to master powerful mental, physical, and emotional drills, strategies used by world-class leaders to unlock peak performance and resilience. At this retreat, you won't just learn, you'll experience transformation, shift your energy, break through barriers, and build unstoppable momentum. Get a sneak peek at our weekly preview event, happening every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Experience firsthand the mental, physical, and emotional drills that will change your game. Success is not about working harder. It's about activating your personal momentum. Reserve your spot today.
There you go. You've now been personally invited. So, take a look. Know that at the highest energetic level, you can work with an Olympic elite energy coach. You can do it one-on-one. You can come join us in a small mastermind group. You can come collectively and join us at the World Resilience Summit. You can go all the way down that pipeline and have all kinds of fun because you don't have to do this alone. You can if you want. It's your own personal journey anyway, right? You're the star of your own movie. It's your life. But you don't have to. That's the beauty of this life. We can be as absolutely alone as we want. We can be as absolutely connected as we want. You don't know what it's like to be connected with a group of other people? You should try serving. When you serve, when you give, you'd be amazed how many people want to just be around that beautiful energy. Because wanting, taking, and needing is a very low-level frequency vibration. Let's say mathematically 200 out of 1,000. Giving? You have to be at such a frequency of abundance to give. You're at 7, 8, 9. It's a different level. So knowing that, feeling that, That's why if you're surrounded by 10,000 other people that are also feeling that vibe, you might feel a little different. So we want you to feel a little different, and we want you to feel a little different long enough to make that change. So now, section 2. Let's look at the art of strategic yes and conscious no. Nugget of wisdom would be every yes should honor your vision. Every no should protect your peace. Every yes should honor your vision. Every no should protect your peace. How do you protect your peace? You say no. How do you honor your vision? You compare it to the template that you have of your vision to see if that transparency lines up and matches perfectly or not. Saying no, it's a high-level energy management tool. It's a very small, simple button to press. No. But learning to press it, it's high-level energy management. It's one of the quickest ways to keep your energy and prevent it from getting robbed. It's one of the fastest ways to make sure that you've got always enough. When you keep saying no, you will always have reserves. It's a powerful way to play. So look at an actionable item as a yes-no alignment exercise. Identify one commitment today that doesn't align with your top priorities or your vision. I want you to challenge yourself to say no or renegotiate the terms to reclaim your energy. Renegotiate the terms to reclaim your energy. You gotta sometimes be tough with you. Remember, the mind is a wonderful servant and a really crappy master. Don't put it in that position. It's not what it's for. It won't serve you well. Now, if you're picking up what we're putting down, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a comment and a share. Let's look at the next section, section 3. Let's look at mastering flow state without force. Because it's pretty impressive if you can force yourself into flow state. I've been doing this for decades, teaching it to the highest level people for decades. And I can tell you that's impressive. I've never seen anyone force it, ever. So without force, that's because it can't be with force. But I say it anyways, brackets, mastering flow state, bracket, without force. Because you might not know. Because you might think that that's what it is. You might think it's hard to make money. You might think it's hard to get in shape. You might think it's hard to have a great relationship with your family, your friends, your loved ones, your peers, your wife, your husband, your cat, dog, goldfish. If you think it is, it is. I'm not here to argue with you. That'd be stupid. But if you think it's not, it's not. And I'm not here to argue with you. That would be stupid. So I want you to look at mastering flow state. Yes, there's no force. Your key insight would be hustle versus flow. Hustle is like forcing. Force drains. Flow energizes. Hustle drains, flow energizes. Flow equals an alignment of your skills, the challenge, and your purpose. Your skills, here's the challenge, and your purpose. And that together equals flow. If you're looking at an actionable trigger, you can look at the flow trigger identification. Answer quickly. What task effortlessly puts you into flow? For me, it's when I play music. I do a lot of things, and a lot of things put me into flow, but not effortlessly and not instantly. Some things take a couple minutes, some things need it, but music, listening to it puts me into flow very quickly, but playing it, oh my goodness, that puts it into me almost instantly. I can't be playing without being in a state of flow. So if I'm playing piano, blues harmonica, African djembe hand drum, bongos, congos, if I'm playing a steel tongue drum, if I'm horribly, but trying to learn how to sing, it is an expression of yourself musically. Musicality is one of the fastest ways that I can put myself into flow. So to answer my own question, that's me, but you answer quickly. what task effortlessly puts you into flow? Put it in the comments, put it in the chat, put it in the like. Be brave, be bold. Let's get it out to the world and let's let them look at what you just did and feel the bravery and the boldness. You were brave enough to make a comment. Congratulations. Others will follow. Ask yourself, what environment supports this flow state? So if my example of, okay, music puts me effortlessly into flow, great. What environment supports that? Well, it would probably be a closed door, quiet room, comfortable place, not 17 people making a bunch of noise or everyone staring at me and judging. What environment supports that flow state? And then how can you replicate these conditions in other areas of your life? If that's what it looks like for me when I go to make music, I'm like, okay, well then what about when I go write another book? Or what about when I want to go, and I replicate the environment and I look at what task effortlessly puts me into flow. So I want to schedule, if you want a great activity for you, a practical tip would be to schedule flow blocks. 90 minutes, no more. You can't concentrate for longer than that anyway. And if you haven't practiced, I'd be impressed if you can handle 90 minutes. It's like I don't train, but I can hold my breath for 7 minutes. I'm like, can you? That's all right. The rest of the world needs to train for something like that. Now, flow blocks, 90 minutes. This is daily so that you can leverage peak performance. That's it. You put aside 90 minutes so that you flow. Give yourself that space. We just talked about creating the environment and doing the activity, so do it. Put aside time so there's no excuse. Go, go, go. That's where the point of playing together is. If you can't motivate yourself enough to do it, okay. I want you to take a look at something. I'm going to invite you to a very special Energy on Demand. This is a personal wellness. It's a virtual summit. Got a good half dozen of my friends speaking at it, including the wonderful Lama Tamtrapa. And it's available on demand for you. So it's drip feed. You can click on one, go through it. You can't just magically open and watch everything because what's the point? We're not kids. If you actually are going through it, if you're doing it like a learning path, if you wanted to explore and enjoy, there are treats. There are exercise sessions. There are times given specifically to you so that you can really put into motion and put into practice what you're going through. And you can take it at your own time, at your own pace. Oh, and did I mention that it's free? Everything we do is. The wonderful Allura Creative Agency sponsors us and gives us that ability. So take a look. I'm going to invite you to take time for you. And because it's on demand, you pick when you watch, what you watch, how you watch. You decide how you consume. But this is something I think you might enjoy.
If you don't like mundane routines but still want to grow, then this online virtual retreat is your golden ticket. Imagine rejuvenating your mind, body, and spirit while connecting with a tribe of like-minded healers, coaches, and experts. At the Personal Wellness Retreat, we believe in the power of holistic growth, where personal wellness meets professional development. Our retreat offers flexible packages designed to fit your needs and budget. From free access all the way to premium mastermind workshops, every tier is packed with value. Experience dynamic coaching sessions, guided subtle energy activities, masterminds, hot seats, and invaluable networking opportunities, all from the convenience of your home. Escape the ordinary and embrace your extraordinary potential. Ready to rise with us? Click the link below to register and secure your spot today. Invest in yourself, elevate your impact, and transform your life. Your journey to wellness and success starts here. Join the ultimate wellness retreat for healers and coaches because you deserve to thrive.
Yes, I do believe you deserve to thrive. And isn't it neat? Because it sounds like a real place. Like, oh man, how do I travel to get to that retreat? Well, you don't. You virtually go in your mind. You click a button below. You join us. It takes 2 minutes. And then you're there. And you can be there as long as you want on that sandy beach in your mind. That's the beauty of what we created for you. Now, segment, I look at section 4, I believe now. Let's look at energy expansion practices. Let's go. Key insights. Growth isn't linear. It's not a It's cyclical. So not quite circular, but cyclical in its nature. It expands, it recovers, it expands again. You guessed it, it recovers. So this is how growth works. And that's why even if you're bodybuilding, you get to these levels of growth, and then you plateau. And you're like, gosh darn it, how do I get past that? You have to break past that plateau. That's why it's cyclical, not linear. Otherwise, we'd just keep growing until we couldn't grow anymore and then we'd blow up. Peak energy leads to peak impact. Very impressive to have peak impact without peak energy. And if you did pull off that peak impact without peak energy, you will drain all of your energy. It's very taxing, like those movies with the sorcerer back in the day conjuring a huge spell, and then afterwards, they're energetically drained, so they just drop to the ground. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Your peak energy is sustainable, which is crazy because it's at such a high frequency of vibration that it looks like you burn through everything. Well, it's like jet fuel. It doesn't work. You can't put gasoline in a rocket. We need something at a considerably higher index of expansion. So the BHTs, the British thermal units there, the BTH, we're looking at a considerably higher one. Considerably, like the sun. So in that space, you need to change the fuel. Can't have non-rocket fuel in a rocket. It just won't work. What would happen if I used rocket fuel in something that wasn't a rocket? Ba-boom. And if I used non-rocket fuel in a rocket? Click, 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 click. Hey, why won't this thing click, click? No. So for you, what does it mean? It means that if we're looking at the peak impact, if we're looking at the peak performance, then we need peak energy. And we need to fuel it correctly. So this will look like actionable exercises, micro recovery break. Schedule hourly, a minute or two. Just 1 or 2 minutes an hour. Give yourself an energy reset. Deep breaths. Hydration. Some stretches. A minute or two every hour. 2, give yourself daily energy priming ritual. So spend the first 15 minutes of your day engaged in one of these. Movement, little yoga, little stretching, little cardio, maybe mindfulness or meditation, a gratitude meditation, visualization, maybe journaling your intentions clearly, right? One impactful action that you're going to accomplish today. One. And be bold, be brave, share it. Share it with us. We'll share it with our world. We'll keep each other accountable. And maybe a bonus hack, adopt a mantra. I expand intentionally, not indiscriminately. You're expanding on purpose, and you're picking with purpose where you're expanding. It's a beautiful place. Let's go next segment. Let's build a sustainable impact. If we're looking at a nugget of wisdom, let's go real leadership, impact. When you're looking at longevity impact, legacy impact, like what Steve Jobs left, that's legacy impact. What he did, when he spoke, what he thought, why he did it, that's sustainable impact. So real leadership impact is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Sustainable impact is going to require sustainable actions and sustainable habits. Otherwise, you can't sustain the marathon long enough to get to the finish line. And there's no half marathon reward unless you were only running a half marathon. If you get halfway through a regular marathon, there's no extra thing. It's not a thing. It's kind of like failure to finish. Did not finish. So look at the impact inventory that you have inside. Look at, in your world, list your 3 biggest long-term goals. Next to each one, write down one sustainable daily habit that you can commit to immediately to support that goal. An example would be, goal is to grow my audience, right? So habit, daily value sharing content. Weird. Are you telling me that the fastest, easiest, best way to show people that you can help them is to just help them? That's crazy. And if you're doing that for free, then they're going to go, imagine what would happen if I paid this person? That's nuts. It's so nuts it works. Because it makes sense. You deposit into a new relationship before you ask for a withdrawal. Daily value content sharing grows your audience. If that was your goal, that's one sustainable daily habit that you can do immediately. So reflect nightly on the question, did I grow sustainably today? Or did I overextend? Oh man, are you telling me I could do too much? I'm like, of course, you don't need to do that much. It's not sustainable. You need to grow sustainably. You need to grow, you need to challenge. Progress equals happiness. But overextending yourself makes you sore the next day when you want to go back to the gym to work out. And you're not, I just don't want to work out as much. Don't ruin tomorrow because you overdid it today. So I want to remind you to really prioritize the energy capacity awareness. That I want to emphasize strategic yeses and powerful no's. That if we're going to reinforce the impact of flow states, you need to make sure that it's consciously. And that the activities and the environment and that the time allotted in that space exists for you. That's how you reinforce the importance of flow states. And if we encourage you, it would be to consistently use daily expansion rituals. When you big up yourself, you big up all of those around you. And you may not know what a universe you have around you from family and friends. You put your mask on first. You use some of these tools to big up yourself. And they look at you and go, I want to big up too. And magically the wheels go round and round. So homework, next steps is going to be to challenge. Sorry. You're going to pick one of today's exercises. I want you to practice it immediately after this broadcast. And I want you to share your chosen action publicly. Accountability step. It's so critical. Share it with me. I'll share it with my audience. Share it with you. Share it with your audience. Do both. Be bold. Be brave. Be beautiful. Step into you. And you can keep it private to yourself. You just journal your commitment if you want. If that's the life you want to live, okay. That's safe and sacred, and we can respect that. If you want to live bold and bright, that's also safe, and we can respect that too. You know where you need to be. That's the cool part of being you. Now, if everything we've talked about, and I've invited you personally as an elite energy coach to come work with me, to come work with a handful of others at a personal momentum retreat as a mastermind. You've been invited to come to a video on demand personal wellness summit with half a dozen incredible people from around the world speaking for free to you to help give you more you and raise you up. You've got the ability to join us at Frequency of Abundance. It's a free group. You click on the link. You go to LinkedIn, click the Frequency of Abundance. Doop, 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 boop, boop. There's a private community if you wanted to step up. It's tens of dollars a month and you can join us. And we have so much there, including accountability, group coaching, office hours, networking events. The tide rises all boats. It's a supportive community. That's all on the personal side. On the professional side, Allura Creative Agency, the beautiful corporate sponsor we have that keeps the lights on and the doors open for Frequency of Abundance, that is where we can help professionally. It's the only not-for-profit public relations house in the world. They hunt whales. So if you're looking for C-suite executive leader, owner, founders, they blow a dog whistle to that target audience. That's the only thing they do. They do it ridiculously well. And that's why it's invitation only. And they really want to handpick the people to make sure that they have the biggest impact. Take a minute and see if you're a coach, healer, therapist, if this is something that can help you. I'd love to say
I'm sure
hi.
you've heard the news. There's a game-changing PR house in town. At Allura Creative Agency, we specialize in bringing visionaries together. As the first and only not-for-profit public relations house, we offer exclusive, invitation-only events tailored for C-suite leaders, executives, professionals, and founders. Imagine this, you co-hosting an event alongside top industry leaders, seamlessly connecting with your ideal clients. Our done-for-you approach means we handle everything, from getting butts in seats to your co-host, personally introducing you and your unique offer. Founded during the global lockdown, Allura was born out of a commitment to empower coaches, healers, and experts. Today, we continue that mission by providing a platform for you to shine and expand your influence. Join our exclusive community and experience the power of authentic connection. Discover how Allura Creative Agency can elevate your brand and help you unlock your full potential. Curious? Book a time to speak with us today and step into a world of endless opportunities. Allura Creative Agency, elevating brands and inspiring leaders. Won't you join us today?
There you go, your personal invitation. So today, we did scaling your energy for bigger impact, growth without burnout, right? What was the point of success if you're too exhausted to enjoy it? We looked at ways to expand your energy without running yourself into the ground, saying yes to growth while saying no to burnout, staying in flow even when life gets intense, and building an impact that's sustainable, not just impressive. We mentioned how it's not hustle culture. This is high-frequency leadership. So in that context, in that scale, now you know where you are. Now you know what you're getting and where we're coming from. You've got all the links to connect in the chat. I think your closing thought I want to give you is you don't have to burn out to shine brightly. The most impactful leaders, they're not the ones who do more. They're the ones who focus their energy intentionally, sustainably, and in alignment. I'm going to invite you to come back. You're going to have some fun in the sun. Tomorrow is, man, oh man, Triumphant Tuesdays, leading with magnetic energy. Winning Wednesday, energy and creativity. Thriving Thursday, energy resilience. Fearless Friday, collective energy and conscious collaboration. 9 a.m. Monday to Friday, Eastern. Weekends, 3 p.m. on the midday, mid-weekend break. Successful Saturday, legacy level energy. And we end season 5, week 3, with the Ascend focus on Soaring Sunday, integrating energy mastery, sustaining your ascension daily. So if that resonates with you, come on back, bring a friend. Share this with somebody who needs to hear it. I want you to keep your frequency high. I want you to keep your energy aligned. I want you to keep your impact sustainable, because we need you to stick around. We need you to make sure that you're here for you, for us, for others, for everyone. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Natan Verhosky, your host with the most. This was a Frequency of Abundance. Thank you so much for joining us.